Hey, it's Miss Renee, and I wanted to bring you a couple of pointers about me. After 52 years of living, I've learned a few things, and I wanted to share with you what I learned because I love you, and I always want to share with you what I have learned. Um, One of the things that I learned is that I'm not what I've become. I'm who God says I am. A lot of times trauma, things happen to you as a child, you be betrayed and people treat you mean and you've been abused, you've been abandoned by people in your life and just people didn't just do treat you right, and you have become like evil, mean. You have become just weird, withdrawn. You don't like people no more. All of that kind of stuff because of things that have happened to you. But I have learned that I am not who I have became. I am who God says I am. And the only way to find out who God says you are is to actually read the Bible. The Bible will let you know why God created you and who you are and what you possess on the inside of you in order to make it through this life. I think it's almost impossible if you don't know that information. You will believe the lies that the devil have told you about who you are and all of that other stuff, but actually it's not true. And once you actually understand and believe what God says and who he says you are, it changes your whole mindset about how you feel about yourself. You start to feel stronger. You start to feel like, okay, I can do this. I can make it because God says this is who I am. Number two, minding your own business is more profitable. Stop pointing out other people's mistakes and work on yourself. If you overweight, lose weight. If you a liar, stop lying. If you a thief, learn how to quit. If you are bipolar or have a personality disorder of any kind, go get it checked out. Go get it treated. Work on yourself. I mean, it's always things that you can say about other people, but it ain't doing you no good. It's not doing you any good to point out other people's mistakes. Fix what's wrong with you. It actually is more profitable. Watch what you think. I think that, I've learned that thoughts are the beginning of anything. Thoughts are the beginning of everything you do. Thoughts are the beginning of everything you say. So thoughts are the beginning of everything you feel. Everything starts with a thought. So how you think is so very important, whether it's positive or whether it's negative. So you have to watch what you think and be more positive, and because it controls what you do. It controls what you say. It controls how you feel. So you have to watch your thoughts and make sure you stay on the positive side of things. The next things will be to choose your friends. Choose your friends, not let people choose you. Most people have an ulterior motive involved. They see you, they see your flaws, they see your shortcomings, and they come up with a way to befriend you, and then they start to manipulate and control you, and basically they're envious of you and what you got or whatever, and they want to know how you do that, how you get that, how you instead of being more interested in just being friends with you, people have some type of ulterior motive. So it's cool for you once you know who you are, why you were created, and what goals you're trying to achieve in your life. You actually choose your friends a little bit more wisely, because you don't want to hang around people that don't have nothing in common with what you're trying to do in life. And the next thing would be problems are nothing but a distraction. Any problem that you have has distracted you from any goal that you've been trying to achieve. Just think back on your life, why you didn't finish school, why you didn't write the book, why you haven't done that thing that you've always wanted to do, because you've always been distracted. You have let problems distract you for years, just thinking about negative stuff all the time, and it has distracted you from reaching your goals because you too concerned about what's going on, or what happened 10 years ago or 15 years ago, or why your mama didn't do this, why your daddy wasn't there. All these kind of things. You have to make decisions about your life. Problems do not solve themselves. You have to solve your problems. You have to realize who you are, where you're going, and everything that is around you in your environment has to be conducive to those goals, or they got to go. It's just simple as that. Also, problems are tests. Problems are a test to see if you say you believe God the way you say you do. Everybody, I believe in God, I believe in God, I believe in God. Well, you don't really act like it, because every time you have a problem, you fall to pieces. You forget who God says you are and what you're capable of. And that's something that I had to realize about myself. So now I'm standing 10 toes down on what God said about me and what I'm capable of. So therefore, let's get it done. Let's conquer the world. Let's change my thoughts. Let's change my environment to be conducive to what I'm trying to create, with the life that I'm trying to create for myself. I had to forgive myself, and I had to forgive everybody else who ever did me wrong in my life. I had to let it go, because holding on to it was going to put me in an early grave. And I know that's not easy for a lot of y'all to do, because you were traumatized, you were raped, you were beat, you were murdered, you were murdered. You were mishandled or almost killed. And so it's hard for you, but it's doable. And it has to be done before you can heal and go on. So please get that done. The next thing is to rely on God for everything. I'm going to try not to cry, because that's the most important. If I could say one important thing throughout this whole thing, it would be to rely on God for everything. You don't need nothing outside of you and God. And I know that sounds crazy, but it's so true. And remember that happiness is a choice. It's not a feeling. Stop waiting until you feel happy to be happy. Get up this morning and say, I'm going to have a great week. I'm going to have a great day. I'm going to be prosperous. I'm going to speak to everybody. I don't care what's going on in my life. It don't take nothing to speak and be happy and to smile at people and have a good thing to say and have a good word for people. And remember, no matter what you've been through, you got the right to change your mind. I realized that, hey, if I don't want to be married no more, I got the right to change my mind. If I don't want to be friends with somebody no more, I got the right to change my mind. If I decide I don't want to do this career no more and I want to do that, I got the right to change my mind. Realize that you have to make the hard decisions in life and change your mind. Change your environment, change your world, get you some goals, write them down, and don't let problems and distractions get in your way. I'm Miss Renee. I love you. Follow this channel, because I got a whole lot more to say. I love you, and I'll talk to you later.